Baby, let me give it to you. Whatever you need, I got it. You need to know anything you need, just ask and I'll provide. Whatever you want, I got it, got it, got it, got it.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Looking for Love, the #1 podcast for Generation X. I'm your host, Trey Kearney. This is my co-host,
Lamar Hall.
We're here every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the New You Nation Network YouTube channel, Entertainment with Integrity. So we are here to bridge the gap between Generation X men and Generation X women so that we can have healthy, happy relationships. Hey, Lamar, how was your week?
Going very well. How's yours?
It's going good. I can't complain. Just working. The network is picking up now. I'm like, yo, hey, we get mics and stuff.
I see you. You working. I see it.
I'm working. We had to make a few tweaks. We got some new segments for the people who are new to us. We add to the people who are old, who've been here for a while. We added some new segments at your request. So we're excited about that. We have a sponsor tonight. So we got a sponsor for our health and wellness, Beauty and the Beast segment. I'm so excited about that. And things are just moving along. So I'm excited about where we're going. We have new shows coming out this fall. Woman to Woman is starting back up in September. Okay. Ladies Night In is starting back up in September. And I have some other things on the horizon, but we're going to keep that to ourselves. So we don't have other people trying to steal from us. So we're going to get right into it. So our first segment, if this is your first time here, is called What Would You Do? Where we take our viewers' questions. So let's go.
Let's go.
I know I need my glasses. You ready for this, Lamar?
Let's go.
Okay, here we go. If you're not married, you're single. I've been with my husband for 4 years. We've been married for 5 months. We didn't live together until after we got married. I recently found out he's been cheating on me the whole marriage. While we were dating, he was not faithful. When I confronted him about cheating when we were dating/engaged, his philosophy was, if you're not married, you're single. And once the marriage is consecrated, faithfulness will happen because that's when the commitment starts. I'm so disappointed in him. I've been a great girlfriend and an excellent wife. Where do we go from here?
Now, if you want a textbook definition, he's absolutely right. Is he ethically right? Probably not.
Listen, I have to say this, what you see is what you get. And sometimes we want to stick our head in the sand and we want to pretend like we don't know what we don't know. This is the truth of the matter right here. Single is single. In a relationship is in a relationship. Engaged is engaged. And married is married. So if you're not married, you're not single. If you're in a relationship, if you're not married and you're engaged, you're not single. So single is single, engaged is engaged, and married is married. So I'm just going to say this to you. You can't turn a hoe into a husband. Remember they used to say you can't turn a hoe into a housewife? Or you can't turn a hoe into a husband either. And we have to take the cues when that man is showing us who we are, who they are when we're in a relationship with them. So I can't blame him for where you are in this relationship right now because you knew what you were getting and you thought that it was going to change because you got married. When a person shows you who they are, believe them. And when you're moving forward, you have to ask questions. When this person said, I am single until married, you knew exactly what you were getting. So this is my philosophy. Again, married is married, single is single, engaged is engaged, and in a relationship is in a relationship. So if you're married, if you're not married, you're not single. Don't let no brother run that on you, ladies. And a lot of women, y'all want to hear what you want to hear because you wanted to marry this man so bad that you thought him putting a ring on your finger was going to change his behavior. And again, I'm just going to say, you can't change a hoe into a husband. So, Lamar?
Wow. They don't want us to be great. I got kicked off somehow. Anyway, again, I mean, he's in a relationship. He was in a committed relationship. He cheated. So that's he's using some legality on her. So it's just like, textbook definition. I get it. You can do that, but it's not right. I mean, he was cheating. He was in a committed relationship that ultimately turned into a marriage, and it was actually built on wrong foundation, unfortunately.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. Like, women, I can't be mad at him because he showed you who he was, and you just didn't believe it. Why would you think? So just in case for the other ladies that's listening, why would you think that a man's behavior would change just because he put a ring on your finger and you put a ring on his finger? We have to be honest with ourselves to understand that cheating, that was the prerequisite of the marriage, to show you that this is who I am. And if you said to him, this bothers me and you're cheating, and he said, technically marriage is, we're not married, so I'm single. If that bothered you then you should have said something and you should have kept it moving. So I feel bad for you. And you said, what's next? Where do we go from here?
Well, I guess the question is, can she forgive? Has he cheated since they have been married technically?
Yeah. She said he's been cheating the whole marriage.
Oh, yeah. I mean, unfortunately, that's probably over with, unfortunately.
I'm going to say this. Nothing changes if nothing changes. Is he willing to go and get the help that he needs? Because clearly, cheating is a symptom of a bigger problem. Let me say this. Let me just say this, right? Because I always say this. So let me just say, listen. I say when men are cheating, on one hand, I say cheating is a symptom of a bigger problem. So if you're not sleeping with your husband and you're in a sexless marriage, cheating is a symptom of a bigger problem, right? So your husband went out and cheated because you were in a sexless marriage for months, years, for a long time. Cheating is a symptom of a bigger problem. Now, on this hand, cheating is a symptom of a bigger problem because your husband has a sexual, probably he may be addicted to sex, but cheating is always a symptom of a bigger problem. Whether your husband can't control himself, or he's been through some stuff when he was a child, or this is the blueprint that his father and his uncles laid before him, cheating is always a symptom of a bigger problem. And it can be fixed if the person is willing to fix it. Now, on the other hand, he was already dishonest from the beginning when he said to you, once the ring is on, that's when faithfulness kicks in, and you just fell for it. So we can't tell you what to do or what's next. But all I can say is if he's not willing to get help, what you see is what you get.
Good.
Thank you. Okay. Lamar is speechless. So
right. Next question. You got me. You won.
I'm just saying, listen, people can change if they want to. Absolutely. This man already, I'm sorry, ma'am. I'm not trying to talk bad about your husband, but you asked us. Your husband's a cheater. And whatever the reason is he's cheating needs to be you need to get to the root of the problem. Whether he has a sexual addiction, whether he was taught this is just normal. Because a lot of men have been taught growing up, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, Lamar, because I'm not a man and you are, clearly. I was born a woman. Mm-hmm. But anyway, a lot of men have been raised to think that monogamy is not normal. Like, a lot of men think that monogamy is not normal, it's not possible. So if he was raised in that mindset, he may not think he's doing anything wrong. And he might be sorry, and he's not sorry because he's cheating. He's sorry because he got caught.
True.
So Lamar agrees. Men been raised to think that monogamy is not normal.
I have a different view. I see where a man will be monogamous when he grows as a man, but there's also an element of it. I don't think that monogamy is natural for us. I mean, you know the Bible better than I do. Verify it if I'm wrong, but aren't there multiple men in the Bible that had multiple wives? Yeah,
they did, but that was back in the day, and some things have changed. No, listen. I'm telling you, listen. You have to go from the Old Testament to the New Testament, right? To see why it changed. We won't get into that right now, but you are right. There were men in the Bible who had multiple wives. But when you get into the New Testament, you see why that changed down the line. And we don't want to go into Bible study,
Educate me on another time, because I thought I
because you
might.
don't want to go into Bible study. You're like, I don't want to go to
Well,
Bible
no,
study.
I just thought at some point in time I might have 2 girlfriends, maybe. But Lou will it.
Oh, well, listen. See, you starting already. We ain't even took a sip. You know, listen, we ain't starting early tonight. We going to our next question. But we will get into that maybe next week. But we ain't doing Bible study tonight. But anyway, we're going to go to our next question. So, sis, you said, where do we go from here? A relationship without trust is like a car without gas. It ain't going nowhere.
No.
So that's where you're going. Nowhere. If y'all don't fix the problem, you stuck with a man that cheats, and he's going to continue to cheat. And if you allow him, a man and a woman, but I'm going to say this, a man will do what you expect and what you accept. So if you are expecting him not to cheat, but accepting that he does, you're the problem. So I think that you have some decisions to make in your own heart, and to talk to your husband to say, we need to sit down and see somebody. And if he's not willing to, then you already have your answer. So if you just tuned in, you're tuned into Looking for Love. We're here every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the New You Nation Network YouTube channel. Please, while you're there, subscribe, hit the little bell for notifications so you know when we go live. You don't want to miss us. So my name's Trey Kearney. This is my host,
Lamar
my
Hall.
co-host, Lamar Hall. And we're going to go to our next question. So if you just tuned in, we are right now doing our first segment, which is called What Would You Do? So this is where we answer our viewers' questions. And this is just us answering from our own opinion. This is not our expert advice right now, because I am a certified life and relationship coach, but this is just our opinions on this show. So your choices are your choices. So don't come back looking for us. When we say something, you do it, and don't work out in your favor. Your choice is your choice.
True.
Hold on, people. We're going to go to our next question, which is glasses. Not turned on. My husband and I were both athletes when we met in college. We both ran track, and he played football for a while. That was one of the main things that attracted me to him, as well as his intellect. We're both 52 now, and he's let himself go. I am very much still physically fit and plan on being for the rest of my life. I am a gym rat. I work out 5 days a week, and I am very intentional about my diet. I've begged and pleaded with this man about this situation because now it's affecting our sex life. I really don't want him on top of me because he's sweating and out of breath and can't last more than 15 minutes. And that's me being kind, because it's more like 10. There's a guy at the gym I've been working out with, and I'm fantasizing about sleeping with him. I do not want to cheat on my husband, but this has been going on for 3 years now. And all he says is I'm nagging him, and he's working on getting back into shape, but he's not. He also says what happened to unconditional love. I am really starting to despise him. He thinks because he's a great provider, that's good enough, but I can provide for myself. I have a great job. I would never say that to him because I respect the fact that he has been a great provider for our family. How do I get him motivated to save our marriage?
Okay, so I'm always going to take the other side of it and kind of say, men have been dealing with this forever. So, I mean, women have children and their bodies go through a transformation and everything like that. And it's harder as you get older, as we know. But most men go to the gym. Most women do not. So this is just the reverse of it. And if this was a man saying this, he would be in big trouble. So she has the right to feel that way, but she kind of looks a little superficial, So he is right in a certain sense. There's a better way to motivate your man than how you're doing it. But
well, that's what she asked. How can she motivate him before she gets out of there?
Well, I mean, hopefully they have a friendship that they can just sit down and be honest with each other. And I think maybe it's time for her to go like, hey, I'm starting to be attracted to other people. I'm fantasizing about other people. And if he's a man, if I was with a woman and she told me that would sting a little bit. you know. But also in the same sense is, what happens if a man sits down with his wife and says the same thing?
But it's been 3 years. Let me just say this. He said, what happened to unconditional love? And I said this before to the women, because women are big on, well, unconditional love. And if I had a baby and whatever, I'm going to say this because I need people to understand. I need men and women to understand this, but I need this man to understand. When we start to throw around the word unconditional love, there's a difference between unconditional love and unconditional attraction. I can unconditional love you to death and never want to let you go. But I can't help it if my eyeballs are showing me that you are heavy, fat, you sweating on me, you only lasting 10 minutes, you can't breathe. That is not good. Like, and I said this before, but I said it from a different standpoint. Well, when a woman is worried, right? I said this in one of my videos. When a woman is worried, her vagina won't get wet, right? When a woman is not attracted to you, her vagina won't get wet. Like, unfortunately, it's the truth. So it's not about unconditional love. It's about unconditional attraction. And we like what we like and we like what we see. And again, I say this to women all the time. You should carry yourself and take care of yourself to be similar. I'm not saying all the way the same when you first met somebody, because of course we have kids, we get older, we slow down. But you should be really close to what it was when y'all met each other, because you know that's what the person was attracted to. If a man, there's some men that love fluffy women. I'm not going to say fat because people get offended with body shaming, but there's some men that love big women. No, there's some men that love big women and they not attracted to a skinny woman. So if their wife went out and got gastric bypass surgery or she started losing weight, that man is he can unconditionally love her. But if he like a big, healthy woman, he going to be looking at her like, you better go eat a piece of chicken or we're going to have some problems around here. So it goes that way for the men too. Don't say unconditional love when you know you're not taking care of yourself. And another thing, Lamar, we have our health segment, but it's unhealthy for him if she's saying he's sweating on top of her. And I'm appalled, and I'm not even her. Like, I'm like, oh no, like, I'm not even looking forward to going in the bedroom with you at this point. Like, don't, because when you're thinking about it mentally,
right?
This man been on, you had this man in college and and now you didn't just let yourself go a little bit. Like, this sounds like a problem. So, bro, ma'am, if he can't, I'm listening. Like Lamar said, it's time for a real conversation and to really tell him.
Yeah, I think that, I mean, she's been trying over 3 years, but I think it's time to say it's really affecting her, and it's trying to be real transparent and real honest and let her know that I need this from you. I want this from you. We have to do this journey together. It would be no different than anything. As a couple, you should aspire to do majority of the things together. Y'all should have those similar interests. So,
and they did at first, but now she a gym rat. And he's somewhere sitting on the couch. And let me say this too. Now, this is me speaking as a certified life and relationship coach. So I'm going to put my coaching professional hat on for like 2 seconds, and I'm going to take it back off so I can enjoy the show. But is there something mentally going on to where he's dealing with depression? Because something is keeping him from being who he used to be. Like women, like a lot of times people will say, well, she had a baby, she might be going through postpartum depression. Did his job change? Is one of the kids in the house and is stressing him out? Is there some level of stress that's around you guys that's causing him to shut down from being physically fit the way that he's wired to be for 3 years? Is something happening in the house? Is he having a problem down there? Is he having erectile dysfunction? Again, go sit down and talk to somebody to find out what the root cause of him not going to the gym with you when he used to love it. Like Lamar said, most men love, not most, a lot of men who started that way love going to the gym, especially the ones that started in high school or college. That's just their MO. So if he just fell off in the last 3 years, something's going on up here.
He's not like you said, maybe not depression, but something's on his mind that he's not motivated. So.
And he's not sharing with you because maybe you're not making it a safe place to share. Like, you really got to ask yourself, this man, you said he was fine in college and you loved him for that and his intellect. And this is a major disconnect. And it's just been the last 3 years. So find out. Let me say this to Lamar. You could correct me if I'm wrong, of course. I always want the male perspective. Find out if he found out something about his health and he doesn't want to worry you. So he worrying himself to death. Because a lot of men are problem solvers.
Could be.
Right. So,
but I mean, if she's that health I mean, how do you put on so much weight if I'm sure she's cooking and she's probably, she's eating what? So how is, I don't know.
Because he's stopping at Popeyes and Burger King and Wendy's and McDonald's on the way home. Because you can't control a grown 52-year-old man.
That's true.
So if he like, leave me alone, you can't babysit me. He said you nagging. And what happened to unconditional love? I hate that term, unconditional love, when it comes to somebody's physical appearance, because a person cannot gouge their eyeballs out to see you different. We see what we see. Your gut is hanging over your pee-pee and I can't even get to it. What are we doing here? Like, I don't want, like, yo, again, I got to be on top all the time because your stomach is blocking the pole. Like, what you want me to do?
God, people, we got to take care of ourselves. I mean, we just have to. It's so many benefits from being physically active than in eating good. It's just so you'll appreciate your older self. If your 75-year-old self could talk to your 52-year-old self now, they tell you some things and be like, you should do this.
Get your whole entire life together.
Yeah, get it together, man, because you don't want to be, like you can't do anything, walking up the stairs. I mean, just simple things. So it's just like, I'm going to lift weights until I die. That's just, I'm just going to do it. I see the benefits of it. I started working out and like I never worked back, like my lower back. And I would always wake up in the morning, my lower back hurt. So I started doing these RDLs, bending over, no more pain. And I mean, like a week gone. So you see the benefits. You got it.
Take note.
Got to take care of yourself. Got to.
Yes. So one of our viewers, Stephanie, said, my ex used to eat dinner twice, once in the street and then again at home when I was cooking healthier meals. Wow. It's the sneaky link to the food. That's what they do. They stop at Popeyes and they come home and you think, I'm cooking string beans. And
I don't like food that much.
Well, you're not a foodie.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't. That's not one of my vices. Food. I like good food. Don't get me wrong, but like Thanksgiving is like one of the worst holidays to me. Because you just overeat. It's just gluttony, and it just doesn't feel good. It just doesn't feel good. One of the worst feelings in the world to me is to sit back and unbutton your pants. And, I can't eat another thing.
Well, you're health conscious, so that's probably never been.
I can't do it. I did, and people look at me and go like, "Man, you a big old dude. Why don't you eat more?" I just don't eat like that. I probably one time a day.
So her question was, how can I get him motivated? And one thing I like that she said, he thinks it's okay because he's a great provider. He thinks it's good enough because he's a great provider. I have a great job. I could take care of myself. But she said, I would never say that to him because I respect the fact that he has been a great provider for our family. So she hasn't said, I could take care of myself. So she wants to know, and from a male perspective, because I can't say how to motivate a man because I'm not a man. What can she do? She's
got to sit down with him and she got to listen, baby, I'm not attracted to you. It's like, I like this. I want you to be able to do this. And, don't tell him about no other dude at the gym because you ain't gonna be going to that gym no more. So don't do that. So that's not a way to motivate a man. So just be passionate with him. Not, don't condescend him. I love the way he used to look. I used to love us going to the gym together. That's our time together. I really want that, and, I want sex a little bit different. I want you to look a different way. That's just being honest with him. And he can't really take it defensive, because it's not an attack. It's just just an ask.
I miss you.
Yeah. I miss the old you.
Oh, I miss the old you.
I miss the old you, baby. Come to the
gym. Old boy at the gym.
Don't say that.
Looking right.
Do not say that.
You might have to shake him up, sis. No, I'm just joking. Don't ever say that, because
don't do that.
I be trying to tell women too. You got to take care of your man, especially a man that goes to the gym, because Becky with the good hair and the lifted booty is at the gym. they all in the gym because they looking for a husband. The women they working out because they looking for a husband. They got them. They be so cute. When I used to go to the gym, I work at home now since the pandemic. But when I used to go to the gym, I used to be looking crazy. I was not cute. Them girls be in there. They have the matching set.
Mhm.
They was cute. I said they in here husband hunting, standing by the machine.
But
I'm like, yo, can you get out my way?
if you're a single woman, the gym is the daytime club.
Oh,
It is. I mean, if you want somebody, you find somebody. Yeah, you want a better man. They're at the gym. I mean, that you got to go work out. You know. So he's trying to be a better version of himself. So it's the daytime club.
ladies, watch your husbands when they talking about they at the gym and you ain't sleeping with him. You in a sexless marriage. Watch your husband. I'm just Lamar. You just watch your husbands. The girls in the gym that's hunting, they in there and they cute. They in shape, and a lot of them, they in shape not because they work out. They in shape because they 32, 35, and they in there just playing around. I used to be like, can you move away from the machine? Like, I'm really trying to work out here. I don't know what you're trying to do because I'm of a certain age, so I really got to work my muscles. I had it from my mama too for a long time. So, ladies, watch your, and clearly, men, watch your wife because she done found her.
Oh yeah, I mean, I saw a stat that said 70% of trainers sleep with their clients.
What? You lying?
Yeah. I can honestly see it. I mean, I knew a dude at the gym who was a trainer. He would tell me he sleep with 2 or 3 of his clients.
Ooh, the trainers are sleeping with your wife. But buddy, this guy right, buddy, get your life together because your wife is on her way to pleasing herself in another way. So again, if you just tuned in, you're tuned into Looking for Love. We're here every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the New You Nation Network YouTube channel. The network with entertainment, with integrity. Please tell a friend to tell a friend. Don't forget to share. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. We're on our segment right now, which is, what would you do? We're going to answer one more viewer's question, and we're going to go to our next segment. So let's do this.
All right.
You ready for this one, Lamar?
Yep.
A good friend of mine is coming to town to visit for work and vacation. She's staying for 10 days and asked to stay with me and my husband to save money. I don't want another woman in my house with my husband for 10 days. My husband works from home and I go out to my office. So she would be in the home with him for 10 days for 8 to 10 hours a day. I'm not cool with that. So I told her she would have to get a hotel room. She says she understood, but has been kind of distant since I told her. I discussed this with my husband. He got offended and said, I don't trust him. I told him I trust him, but shit happens. And my mother told me never bring a potential problem to your door. Am I wrong? Nope. Let that hoe go to a hotel. I'm sorry.
Hey, that's probably one of the easiest answers we got. Nope. You're good.
I'm not saying, listen, I have 4 very good friends. 4 very good friends. And I would never, ever do anything with their husbands. But I know if I was spending a night, because I came in town for a day, I would definitely stay. But if it was 10 days, I wouldn't even inconvenience my girl because in 10 days, I got to get up. I got to go to the bathroom. I got to take a shower. Even if nothing happened between us, I wouldn't even want the situation to come where he walked up on me or in the middle of the night or any of that. So I wouldn't even want, you shouldn't even put your friend in that position to ask for 10 days to stay at their home. Like, no, your mother right. My mother said the same thing. Don't let no woman stay in your house with your husband. And remember even though this was a movie, remember on Soul Food when Faith slept with her husband, Terry's husband, like stuff be happening. People get a couple drinks in them. Speaking of drinks, even though we ain't on our celebrity segment, Kevin Hart said the reason why he cheated on his wife because he took a Molly. He said it in court on August 6th that one of his friends, unnamed friend, had pressured him to take a Molly. So see how things can happen. You know, you having a drinky drink and all of a sudden you done took a Molly, and don't let no woman stay in your house.
Nah,
no,
you're good.
Not 10 days. Like I said, the weekend. cool. But 10 days,
Yeah,
you
if
just,
she's
and you
there,
got to go out of the house and y'all sitting in the kitchen. You come home, they sitting there eating eggs.
yeah, I
Mm-mm.
don't even look right.
No, y'all ain't gonna be sitting
As
eating
as
eggs
a
while
man,
I'm
I
at
don't
work.
even want to be in that position. You know, I don't even want to be in that position. I'm like, nah,
Right. Thank you.
yeah, I don't.
He said, she said her husband said, you don't trust me.
He ain't no say so. Who cares what he thinks?
Right. So as a man, if
She
your
made the
wife,
right decision. She made the
right.
right
So as
decision.
a man, if your wife came to you and said, I just told my friend she couldn't stay here for 10 days, what would your response be?
Good.
Oh, okay. Because I'm just making, because she wants to know from the male perspective.
Yeah, I mean, nah, she's not wrong. She's not wrong on any part of this. So I mean, you know, the fact that he even questioned it, I start looking at him sideways, be like, why you want her
Y'all
here?
plan this?
Yeah,
Y'all setting me up?
y'all in cahoots. What's going on here?
Y'all doing too much. Y'all doing way too much.
Yeah, let that go, player.
Yes. So we're going to go to our next segment. If you just tuned in, you're tuned into Looking for Love. We're here every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the New You Nation Network YouTube channel. If you're interested in sponsoring a segment or advertising with us, please send an email to info@TreyKearney.com, info@TreyKearney.com, and somebody will get back to you between 24 and 48 hours. We are growing rapidly. We have eyes on the people who you want to buy your products because we Gen X and we buy the most stuff and we the most stable in our jobs. So we got money.
Yep.
So we're going to go to our next segment. And let me pull up the video. Let's sip on it. What you sipping on tonight, Lamar?
I got a little bit of rum, a little juice, and a little splash of ginger ale.
I got some rum chata and a little coffee.
Coffee?
Yeah, rum chata. I'm a coffee girl.
Okay.
So rum chata is creamy and it's good.
Coffee's growing on me. You know, your taste buds change every 7 years. So I remember I had coffee for the first time in China. That probably wasn't the best place to have it because it felt like I licked an ashtray.
Oh no, that was too strong. I don't like Starbucks.
It was some really, and I don't know enough about coffee, and it was just a basic black cup of coffee, and it was. Ugh.
Oh, see, no, you drink it black? Oh no, I'm a Dunkin' girl. I like my Dunkin'. I like my coffee light and sweet. Like,
but I mean, most people drink coffee and smoke cigarettes. That's what I guess that's what Asian people do in Asia. That's what I saw. You know, a lot of cigarettes, smokes, a lot of so.
So let's pull up the video and see what we think about this. So let's sip on it. What you sipping on tonight, folks? Put it in the comments. What you sipping on? Let us know so that we can sip on this. Most people want to get the tea, but we gonna sip on this. So this right here, let me just pull up the video. Can y'all hear it?
Yeah, we can hear it. Wow.
So let me give y'all the context of this video in case you couldn't really see it. That is Gilbert Arenas, the basketball player, and he proposed to his fiance, I think in June or July. Recently, he proposed to her, and she came in a club with a sign that said, "Engaged men wear rings too," and she gave him an engagement ring. So Lamar, what do you think about that?
Man, that's a tough one as a man. He looked really uncomfortable. I think that she probably owed him a conversation to at least see how he felt about it. They kind of looked impromptu, but it doesn't feel traditional. You know, it feels, I don't know, like she's more insecure that she has to lock him down or let everybody else know or something like that. And the one thing about that, I watch Gilbert's show quite a bit. He is opinionated. He's a guy, you know, he's not going to be forced into doing anything. So it'll be interesting to see how this plays out on his show, because sometimes he's on Shannon's nightcap too as well. So I'm sure this is going to be a topic. So I'll be on the lookout for that.
I'll say this. I'm so tired of us trying to change traditions. It is a pleasure for us as women. It is one of the most exciting things in our life to get that ring, to put our hand out and be like, oh my God. It is so exciting for us because that's what it's supposed to be. When a man asks you to marry him and all your girls are there, that's not the way, that doesn't make a man feel like a man. Because don't no man want to be like, oh, let me see. And they like, let me see. Like, I'm not no girl. And I'm just like you said, he looked very uncomfortable. And it really should have been a conversation. And the only thing that I could think is that you want him to wear a ring because you're wearing a ring that says you're taken. So you want him to wear a ring that says he's taken. And traditionally, that's not the way things go. So I'm just like, why are we breaking all of the traditions? Like, everything now is being turned around where the woman is putting herself in a male role. And this is why things are not working for us.
I agree. He posted her on his Instagram and was like engaged and all that. I'm like, what more do you want? Everybody now knows. I mean, he's famous. So it's not like he has to wear a ring to know that he's Gilbert Arenas and he's engaged. You already know that by social media.
And then to just have a big sign that says, this is the part that makes me think of insecurity, to have a big sign that says, engaged men wear rings too. No, they don't. In whose world? Like, when have you seen an engaged man with a ring, Lamar? Married men wear rings. And this may cause a problem for her if he takes that. This might cause a problem for them if he takes that ring off. Because may be like, this is crazy.
I think he's not. He clearly loves her because he has made comments about relationships before, and that he was probably, I didn't see this coming. So I was like, whoa, Gilbert got engaged? Because he was so adamant about it, about, nah, he ain't doing that again. And he'd rather pay chicks to come and he can get them out. He's about that life. So to see this is different. I'm kind of like, I didn't know that he was like that. So it kind of caught me off guard when I saw it, because he's adamant about, I got money and, I'll make that whole thing transactional. So
it is he?
That's what he said.
Oh, well, that's why she's insecure. Now, I don't really watch him, but she's insecure because he's made statements that says,
oh yeah, he's made it, but he's an NBA player. I mean, you put that ring on his finger, that don't make no difference. He don't care. That's the difference, is that a man of that stature has women chasing him. So it's very, very, very hard for those type of men to be faithful, because most guys don't have to worry about women chasing them and putting you in these weird positions. So for you to look at, like with Kobe and those guys, oh, I wouldn't cheat. Man, you don't know what it feels like to have 9s and 10s chasing you. You can say no all day to 4s and 5s, but if you get some 9s and 10s, and man, good luck. As Chris Rock said, sometimes you can't run fast enough. I mean, but the safe thing for most women is 90% of men don't get that treatment.
Wow.
Women go after those type of men because of money, the lifestyle, this and that. It's like women, I've dated, and women like, oh, I bet women all over you. No, they don't. I don't get approached like that. They are not built like that. But you are built like that for money.
Oh.
And those are
not all of us.
I'm saying those women are chasing him. And sometimes those women are beautiful too. And you're like, holy cow. And even if all they after is money, he's already made it clear he's okay with making it transactional.
What? And she said yes. Well, maybe they had conversation, or
think
maybe
he's
they
grown. I think he's grown as a man. I mean, he's older. I mean, you can't keep judging men on their 30-year self when they 40. You're like, come on, it's
But
like
what's he talking about now when he's live? Is he still?
I will go on YouTube and I will watch a couple of shows and I'll let you know, because I'm sure Shannon and Ocho gonna have this as a topic. They just not gonna let that ride. So
Well, I hope so, because I'm curious.
I'm gonna do the homework for you. I'll find it.
Yeah, and come back next week and let me know, because I'm curious to know how many men would be comfortable with a woman giving him an engagement ring. Like this is so out of the traditional realm of things. Like, why? Like, is this where we're going, that we have to change the tradition of, again, like I said, we be souped up as the woman because with the size of the ring, how we got proposed to. Men, that's not what they're into. They're into leading.
I mean, like you said, she's insecure, clearly. I mean, he's made some comments that have, actually triggered that is for her. But you have to look at it as too, is that he's a personality on TV, and you can't take all the literalness out of, of what this world is that, it's like, you can't take him for word. You should know him a different way, that you should be able to go like, I know him. Yeah, this is who he is on TV. I know him another way. And I don't know. She
did all of that to make a spectacle, so that this
she
could
knew
be
she knew it was gonna get posted on social media, and
that's
it's
what
just
I'm saying.
more attention and everything that goes with that. And
It's more of her pissing on a fire hydrant,
marking her territory.
Mm-hmm. Right. But let me say this to her. If a man gonna cheat, a man gonna cheat. I don't care if you put a ring around his neck. I don't care if he name tattooed on his face. I don't care if it's tattooed on his. Listen, if you're not who he wants to be with, and you're not treating him the way that he wants to be treated, and this relationship goes a different way before y'all get married, I don't care how many rings he got on his finger. I don't care how much you grandstand and parade him around. This is why so many women get embarrassed. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying for them, because I'm never wishing anything bad on anybody, but this is why so many women next year before the wedding get embarrassed, and a woman is pregnant, and this and that. And it's like, you thought grandstanding him and putting a ring on his finger. As a matter of fact, listen to this. And Lamar, again, I'm always telling you, correct me if I'm wrong. That is just more attractive to a woman who likes to challenge herself to get your man. The side chicks is looking like, she think that's funny. Watch this.
Listen, the more your life you put on social media, the more you allow people to meddle. So be careful what you post. I mean, it's your narrative. I mean, you don't have to post when you ate dinner and what you do and post what you want, because if you give too much, it can be used against you. So,
yes. I'm telling you, one of my good friends, her husband said this when I interviewed him on a podcast. He said, stop telling your girls, and he was saying about your girls, stop telling your girls how good your man is. Because she looking at him like, oh, is he really that good? So we got to be careful of how we flaunting, because women get attracted to the prize. So you putting this man on a pedestal like he the prize. And these side chicks out here, I'm telling you, nowadays, Lamar, back in the day, side chicks the mistress was hidden. Nowadays, they right in your face like, yep, I'll take your man. Let me show you. So be careful what you expose, and be careful what you wish for. So,
absolutely.
And my main point here too is like, can we let some things just be traditional? Can we just, ladies, just stop trying to be the man? Like, I'm tired of it. Like, everything, a man got to be outdone. You just outdid him. This man put you on social media like he put you on a platform, on a pedestal, gave you a ring, and you had to go and outdo him. Why? Like, that's so disrespectful to me. Like, seriously, like, you just played him all the way out. That's just my thought.
I'm going to be very interested to see how this plays out, because Gilbert is not one of those type of guys. He really isn't, So it's got somebody, Shannon or Ocho, they have to bring this up. When did this happen?
A couple days ago. This is recent news.
Okay, I'll look for it. There might be something out there now, so I'll
This is
look.
recent
I'll
news.
look at it.
And most grown men his age, right? He got to be up there, like
42, I think.
Yeah,
he's early 40s.
Yeah, like most men who are getting older in that age range, going into, because he's a geriatric millennial, which is an older millennial, right? Most men don't like that kind of attention. Men don't like social media attention, like the grown men. Now, when you got a man that's all over social media, it's suspect. But most grown men, that's lady stuff. That's the stuff that we like. Don't put that man in that predicament and make him look crazy, because that look crazy to me. Men wear engagement rings too. I'm just like,
he's 42.
Yeah, like he's a grown man. Like this is not high school. This is not high school. So you got to be very careful how you handle a man.
He's very much a grown man because he has 4 kids and he's very active and he's a good dad. I mean, he really is. And, he unfortunately has a difficult partner, and, it's been all about money because both the sisters were married to basketball players. So that's just who they are. They're basketball wives. They've been on the show. It's just, those are those type of women. But Gilbert also talks about the reason why you see the same guys mess with the same women is because they understand the game. They don't run the social media. They understand that there's going to be other rules. They know the rules to the game. And I was like, I don't agree with it, because I'm one of those guys. I would not go behind the guy that I know she's been with 6 dudes that I know. Like, I used to love Drea, and I was just like, man, after the Jalen Green thing, I was just like, oh man. And it wasn't per se the age. It's like, I respected her journey because she started out and she was a stripper or whatever the case may be. And then she turned into a businesswoman. She used her platform to become a better version of herself. And then she goes and does that. And I was just like, dang, man, why do you do that? So it's like, I just wouldn't want to be with a woman that's just been with all these faces. I mean, we all have past, but your past is your past.
Don't nobody want to be with Superhead. Oh,
there you go. It's like, nobody.
I'm sorry, Superhead. Everybody deserves love.
Like Khloe Kardashian. Nobody. Why would you want to date her? Like, why? Like, as many dudes as she's been with, her and Kim. Why? Why would you want to do that? I was like, but Gilbert said, because they understand the life. They understand the celebrityness. So it's like, okay, I guess it matters. I'm not a celebrity, so I don't. I'm uncomfortable in that space. So.
So listen, we're going to get to our next segment because as usual, our time is winding down. But let me say this to the ladies. Let's let men be men. We don't have to outdo our partner ever. Like, this totally just took off the shine of him even saying out loud, like Lamar said, as a famous person, men want their privacy. Right. And you can go all over social media with your ring, with your girls, out to brunch to celebrate your ring. Look at my ring. You could do all of that from your side, but allow that man to have his privacy and his dignity without shaming him or putting him on the spot like that. I don't think that was the right thing to do. And I don't know how old she is, but she has a lot of growing to do. And she better start growing now, because if she keep doing stuff like that, is going to turn him off, because men are they're not secretive, but men have a level of privacy that we as women don't, because we're emotional creatures and we like attention. Grown men don't like extra attention unless he's sitting on a sports broadcasting. That's the attention he wants. Sitting there broadcasting on a podcast because it's making him money. He don't want the attention of you giving him an engagement ring like he's some bitch. Excuse me, Lord.
It's true.
But you can't do that. You can't bitch him out like that, because he probably feels some kind of way now. And if I was her, I would encourage her to have a real conversation with him right now before this gets too far and his boys start clowning him. Oh, now
Hey,
you
this boy,
want
hey, his boy's already on him. So you can and just even if that is okay, his boys are gonna rag him. They're gonna chew him in half for years over that. So like you gotta think it all the way through and his
through.
circle and how it's gonna be perceived. It's just okay. I give you another scenario. I saw Andrew Tate said the thing about how much it means that, like, say a guy comes home with 4 of his best friends and his wife is there and goes, "Hey, who's hungry?" and she makes everybody food. That type of energy that a woman gives, all his buddies will be looking at him like, "Holy shit, you got a good ass woman." So it's just
Right. We gotta be mindful as women what makes a man tick, and it's not the things that make us talk.
yeah,
Right? It's not us. We don't no man want no engagement ring and a whole surprise and look at my ring. Don't nobody want that. Don't no man want to be all over social media taking pictures of his plate and we here.
yeah,
Like, yo, don't know, the men are different and we have to respect men are from Mars and women are from Venus or whichever way it is that
that's right.
we operate totally different. And I'm trying to tell women that you'll lose Gilbert if you don't fall back from doing stuff that makes him uncomfortable in public.
And the one thing like this is that somebody who's already famous, and then you meet somebody who's not famous, and she wants to be famous. Man, she's gonna lose that dude because
right.
now he's gonna start seeing something in her that he's like, "Hey, man, he likes you because you're not of that famous world, because he doesn't want that." So now you have propelled him into this uncomfortable position. Now and he's just like, "Damn, man, I thought different of you."
And even with me as a regular woman, right? I'm not for everybody because my life is social media. My life is media. So I'm out here in these streets. I'm on the internet. I'm talking about relationships. So I'm not gonna be for everybody. I'm not gonna be for a man that's private that don't want to be on social media. Because you're gonna be on social media if you're my man, because this is what I do. So we gotta be mindful of each other's limits, boundaries, our level of privacy, not secrecy, but our level of privacy. This man don't want that. Like, sis, if anybody could get to her that's hearing this, just say, hey,
Pull back. You hit the lotto ticket. I mean, you got it. He's rich. I mean, it's like you're just doing too much.
don't do it. And even let's take the rich off the table, men, and we have conversations behind the scene all the time. Me and you as brother and sister, men just different. Men don't operate like that. Don't do that. Don't be doing all that. Just chill. Like, you're doing too much and I'm not going to deal with this. So again, I'm 54 years old. So I've learned some things along the road that I did wrong. And I'm like, ooh, don't do that, sis. Don't do that to him, because you just emasculated him. Like, you just really turned him into a woman. Women get engagement rings. What do you think you're doing? Stop. So anyway, if you just tuned in, you're tuned into. Go ahead.
Do you think enough women of your age mentor or give advice to women under the age of 35 not to make those same mistakes?
I think women under the age of 35 don't listen because they think somebody's trying to tell them what to do. I'm not trying to tell, even on here, I'm not trying to tell nobody what to do. I'm telling you, the worst thing that could happen is you could lose Gilbert based on your behavior. Now, if you want to keep behaving like that and the risk is worth the reward for you, go ahead. But is the risk worth the reward? Is you doing this stuff worth risking losing him?
Right.
Instead of you just falling back. Now, if you still want to go out on social media and blast him out, and next time he give you something for your birthday, you got to do him one better, or you want to do the man things that he's doing for you, you want to do that. If that's what you want to do, but I'm telling you, as an older woman, as a seasoned woman, that you could lose your man if you keep behaving like this. Now, you could listen or not listen, but we try to mentor younger women and they don't listen because they think, oh, that you think you know. Just like y'all, just like the younger women, I can hand you my phone and you could teach me how to scroll or make a TikTok. And I trust you on that. I trust you to tell me, auntie, they call the older women aunties. Auntie, do it like this. I trust you because you do know that. But trust me when I'm telling you how to handle a man, because I'm telling you how I failed at handling a man. And men are the same today, yesterday, and forevermore, like the Bible.
You know, the difference is that younger guys, I get a lot of younger guys ask me all the time, oh gee, man, how you do it, man? How you do it? You know, and they want to know. So that's different. How older, mature women are talking, trying, and younger men are asking. So
See, that's the difference. And we're here on Looking for Love to talk about the misses in relationships. And that's a miss because you got to be able to be teachable in order to be successful in any area of your life.
true.
So this is so good. Listen.
Hey, my rum is hitting.
Oh, yeah. Oh, hold on. Let me that was our segment. Take a sip. Tonight I'm drinking rum chata in my coffee.
I like
rum
that.
Rum chata.
That's a rum. I can feel it. I feel like I'm in Cancun.
The drink's about to kick in. So let's get to our next segment. And this segment is brought to you by Kendall's Closet. It is an all-natural facial cleanser, and the ingredients are all natural. Ground almonds. I can't even, hold on. Let me get my glasses. Hold on. You want some of this, don't you? You want some of this for your head. It's like an exfoliant.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna have her send you some ground almond, kaolin clay, Jamaican black castor oil, lavender flower powder, lavender and rose essential oils, all natural facial cleanser by Kendall Closets. Directions: add 1 drop of water to a small amount of the product, pea size, form a paste and rub into the skin and rinse. Thank you, Kendall's Closet, for sponsoring our Beauty and the Beast segment, where we give you a tip every week about how to be better spiritually, mentally, or physically. So, Lamar, why don't you share our tip for the night?
So I got a perfume and cologne hack for you guys. So I found this place that I've been using for a while called Micro Perfumes. So what this is that this is a 70 squirt type of situation. So, you know, it turns out they got all the designer ones. So they are about 10% of the cost of the bottle, men's and women's, all the fragrances. So I have all of these there. So you have to ask yourself is that you cannot patent a scent. There's additives you can add to it to make it last longer, but you can't patent it. So these scents are not patented. What's patented is the bottle, and you're paying for the name and the bottle. So if you take the bottle away and there's a scent, not a patent on the scent, here you go. So it's a good thing. Like I think the most expensive ones make $30, $40. So go look at it. It's microperfumes.com. And when you apply, men, 1 time in the front, 1 time in the back. That's it.
Yes.
It draws them in because they can smell it and it pulls them in a little bit. So don't overdo it. You know, the days of spraying 3 and 4 times with your Brute and your Must, don't do that. You know, just 1 time in the front, make sure you get it around conversation area, and 1 time on the back. So if they walk up on you, they smell it. And if they're talking to you, they smell it.
I can smell you from here. Smell good.
I try. I like smelling good. That's one thing as a man, you should smell good, you know, and then you should experiment with different colognes. And that's what this Micro Perfumes does. It allows you to experiment with different, because you're not, you know, you don't want to buy a $300 bottle and it stink. You can be like, oh man, that's horrible. You can test it, see if you like it. And if you want more of it, I just buy them all the time. And I just have a tray full of them. And it's just everything. You name it and they list them and everything. Check it out. It's good.
Thank you. And yes, fellas, like Lamar said, please don't be over spraying, because we as women, we run from you in the club when you put the whole bottle of cologne on. We run from you in church, wherever you might be. We want you to smell good. If you put too much, you go from smelling good to smelling like a skunk.
Yeah.
And we don't want that. So I'm going to give you my tip for today is, did you know, Lamar, that 75% of people are dehydrated? Did you know that? 75%. Research
I can believe that. I was in a gym one time and a guy, he was a trainer. He pinched my skin, and the way the skin reacted, he told me I wasn't drinking enough water.
Right. And this is my tip for today. you can drink a lot of water, but what you really need in your body is electrolytes. And you need a good, healthy electrolyte. A lot of people drink sports drinks. There are natural electrolytes that you can get. And I use one from doTERRA, which is really, really good because I've always been dehydrated. And people don't realize a lot of people go to the hospital for various things when they go to the emergency room. And the first thing they say is, you're dehydrated. And people will say, I drink all this water. I drink water all day. I drink bottles of water. It's not the water that's missing, it's the electrolytes. So take some time to look up electrolytes to understand what they are, but understand that not only do you need water in your diet, but you need healthy electrolytes.
Is that like Liquid IV?
Yes.
Okay. I've
now,
had
I wouldn't.
Those really good.
I wouldn't say that brand.
Oh.
But I'll send you some
Okay.
doTERRA because it's all natural, and you don't want, some of these brands have so much sugar that you're defeating the purpose. So I won't say the brand name, but it's a sports drink that a lot of people advertise. These athletes are not drinking it, but they advertise it because they're endorsing it. But it has so much sugar in it, and they make it so that you want to drink more. So you have to be, we send each other memes all the time where they're putting addictive additives in the food. It's the same thing with these sports drinks. You feel more thirsty, so you drink more of the sports drinks, the blue ones, the red ones, when it's not really helping you. So get more water and electrolytes.
I'm seeing you down a rabbit hole on some of this stuff, ain't it?
Yeah, you do. And I'll be like, Lamar, I'm gonna beat you up. Especially with that stuff, that conspiracy theories. You be scaring me, right? I'm like,
I just make you aware. So always just make you listen. If you could walk away from it and go, that doesn't seem right. That's all I'm trying to do.
Well, I don't want to be there all the time.
I just want you to be like, something ain't right. He might have a point there. That's it.
So again, thank you guys for tuning into our segment of That Was Beauty and the Beast. I forgot to put our little tag up, but that was our segment, Beauty and the Beast, our health and wellness segment. And again, we like to thank Kendall's Closet for our all-natural facial cleanser. And we will have her information in the show notes so that you can, hold on this way.
Yeah, I can't. I'm going to get me some of that. I need to exfoliate more.
Yes, I will have.
Well, I'm like, my whole life, I've been like a lizard, man. I'm like, I got to get better at that. That's where I got to get better. Like, and it's legs. It's mostly legs. I exfoliate, head and stuff like that with my arms and stuff. I fail on the leg part. So I need something to do better.
Yes, I will definitely have her send you some. So if you're interested in advertising with us or sponsoring the segment, please send an email to info@treykearney.com, and we will get back to you within 24 to 48 hours for our next show. So we're going to get to our next segment, which is our final thought. Lamar, what's your final thoughts for the people?
Final thoughts. Don't get caught up in today's glitz and glamour. Sometimes we always want to reach for the shiny penny, And I think the beauty is in the minimalist. I think as the older I get, the more I started to appreciate the little things, and I think the earlier you can start to appreciate those things, the greater your life will be.
That was good stuff right there. Listen, I'm speechless. What was your final thought? That boy good. Sexy chocolate. My final thought is, let's let some traditional stuff be traditional stuff, right? Let's let men be men and women be women. And it's okay. We don't have to go with the masses, because when we go with the masses, usually the end is silent. So we are following a bunch of, you got it?
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry.
I'm just saying. Listen, we've been sipping on some syrup, and it ain't the real syrup. We've been sipping on. He drinking some spiced rum over there, so you already know. But
it took me a minute too. I was like, what the fuck?
It's all right. Again, think for yourself, and you don't always have to be grandstanding or showing up your man. Let your man be a man and just enjoy the ride sometimes. Just fall back and watch what he does, because you will lose a good man trying to be the man. So that is our show. Message. That is our show for tonight. We thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you just tuned in, you're tuned into Looking for Love. We're here every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the New You Nation Network YouTube channel. So if you have any questions that you would like to present to us, that you would like us to answer, please send them over to info@TreyKearney.com, or you can DM us. You can DM me on Instagram @Trey Kearney, or you could DM Lamar if you're a man and you feel more comfortable.
MAR_T_HALL13.
So we thank you for tuning in to Looking for Love, the #1 podcast for Generation X, where we bridge the gap between Generation X men and Generation X women so that we can have healthy, happy relationships. We'll see you guys next week, same time, same station. Peace and blessings.